Most women aren't exhausted because they're lazy. They're exhausted because they're chasing a version of success they never chose.
Hey, Margie here. Welcome to the Wake Up, Pray Up, Boss Up podcast, the show that helps Christian moms prioritize their physical and mental health so they can boldly step into God's calling. I'm your host, Margie Ruiz.
Hey, Margie here. What if the life you're working so hard to build isn't even the life you actually want? Welcome to the Wake Up, Pray Up, Boss Up podcast. If you're new here, welcome. And if you've been walking with me for a while, welcome back, my friend. Today's episode is one I really want you to lean into because it has the power to wake you up. I want to ask you a question, and I don't want a quick answer. What does success mean to you? Not what it's supposed to mean, not what looks impressive, not what the world keeps telling you to want. What does success actually mean to you? Because here's what I've learned, both in my own life and through coaching women for years. Most women aren't exhausted because they're lazy. They're exhausted because they're chasing a version of success they never chose and God never assigned. We grow up absorbing someone else's definition of success. More money, more titles, more hustle, more stuff, more productivity. And without realizing it, we start running towards a finish line we never agreed to. We wake up tired, overwhelmed, disconnected, and we assume the problem is us. But the problem isn't you. The problem is that you're living someone else's dream. Listen, I love Taylor Swift. My daughter Sophie is obsessed with her. I admire her talent, her discipline, her creativity, her generosity. But here's the truth. I would not want her life. I don't want to travel 11 months out of the year. I don't want to live behind security. And I don't want to be unable to walk into Starbucks or Target without being recognized. I don't want to live on a tour bus. She is the definition of success to the world. Her definition of success is just different than mine. And that distinction is everything. I see this even more clearly with my sister. She's an incredible human. She's smart, she's capable, she's deeply successful. She put herself through medical school and is a pediatrician. I admire her, I respect her, I'm so proud of her. But I also know deep in my bones that I could not do what she does. I have no desire to take care of sick kids all day. If she had to get up and speak in front of people like I do, she would die. And here's the key. I don't need to want her life to honor her calling. That realization freed me because success is not about copying someone else's path. It's about walking faithfully on the one God gave you. Here's the truth most people don't want to face. Success without alignment will always cost you something. It costs peace. It costs health. It costs presence. It costs joy. Sometimes it costs relationships. Sometimes it costs your faith. Let me say this clearly. If your version of success costs you your peace, your health, or your faith, it's too expensive, my friend. Scripture puts it so clearly, Matthew 16:26. What good would it be for someone to gain the whole world, yet forfeit their soul? Jesus isn't condemning success. He's asking us to count the cost. For a long time, I believed that being busy meant I was being faithful. If I was exhausted, I must be doing something right? But busyness is not a fruit of the Spirit, and exhaustion is not holiness. God never called you to a life that drains you of who you are. He called you to a life that aligns you with who He created you to be. This is where the Wake Up, Pray Up, Boss Up comes to life. So before we talk about goals, before we talk about hustle, before we talk about achievement, we have to ask a deeper question. What does success actually mean to you? Click number 1, wake up. Redefine success. Wake up means awareness. And today, awareness starts with this question. What am I working so hard for? Not what looks impressive, not what gets applause, not what people told you success should be. Ask yourself, Is this success or is this survival? Am I chasing this because I want it or because I'm afraid to slow down? And this is a very powerful one. If nothing changed, would I still want this life 5 years from now? Because success looks very different depending on who you ask. Success might be waking up without an alarm, being debt-free, traveling the world, playing tennis or pickleball 5 times a week, having margin in your calendar, being present with your kids, having energy at the end of the day, walking into Starbucks without being recognized and needing privacy. And this is where I'll be honest with you. Like I said earlier, I admire Taylor Swift, but I don't want her life, and that's okay. Just like I'm incredibly proud of my sister. She's an amazing mom, but I know in my soul that I was not called to take care of sick kids day in and day out. Her success is beautiful. Mine looks different, and yours gets to look different too. This is the moment you wake up and say, I don't want what the world says is success. I want what God is calling me to. Click number 2, pray up. Invite God into your definition. This is where it deepens spiritually. Pray up is where you bring that honesty to God, not with guilt, not with fear, but with surrender. You pray something like, Lord, what does success look like in this season for me? Not forever, not for everyone else, right now. Because success in one season might look like rest, healing, saying no, simplifying, letting go. Another season, it might look like building, stretching, stepping out, taking a risk. Prayer aligns your ambition with God's assignment. And when success is aligned with God, you don't just achieve more. You stop limiting yourself to what you can imagine and step into what God already sees. Click number 3, boss up. Boss up is where you act on what God just revealed. This is the brave part, because once you know what success actually looks like for you, you have to start choosing in alignment with it. That might mean saying no to opportunities that look impressive but feel heavy. Letting go of goals that no longer fit who you're becoming. Creating boundaries around your time and energy. Choosing peace over pressure, choosing obedience over approval. Sometimes success looks like slowing down. Sometimes it looks like letting go. Sometimes it looks like choosing peace over applause. Bossing up doesn't mean doing more. It means having the courage to stop doing what no longer serves your calling. Because chasing the wrong version of success will cost you your peace, your health, your joy, your presence, and eventually your calling. Friends, success isn't about climbing higher. It's about living aligned. And when your definition of success includes God, peace, health, and purpose, you don't just build a life that looks good. You build a life that feels right. If this episode stirred something in you, I want you to take 5 quiet minutes today and write down what success really means to you without editing it, without justifying it, without comparing it. And if you want to help walk in that out, stay close. I've got something coming that's designed to help you build a life aligned with God, not pressure. Friend, you were not created to chase someone else's dream. You were created to live awake, aligned, and obedient. Success isn't louder, it's clearer. And it always leads you closer to God, not farther away. Until next time, wake up, pray up, and boss up every day. God bless. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening. Hey, if you enjoyed the episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on social media, shout it from the rooftops, leave a rating and a review, all the things. And to catch the latest from me, you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram at margie.gp6 or go to my website at margieruiz.com and make sure to sign up for my weekly newsletter. Thanks again. I'll see you next time. Bye.